before, after, before, after, before, after. If you want to achieve fitness results like mine, you need to put your COO glasses on, okay? Because we're gonna be treating our body like a business and creating a fitness system. Phew! All right, well, who am I? Who is this girl? First of all, I am a proud Kitty keyboard owner, okay? I love her so much. And second of all, I'm a business owner and I do not like guesswork. Here's what my fitness timeline has looked like at a rundown. I need to make a separate video about this. I've been athletic my whole life. I wanted to be a professional tennis player, but I started off with rhythmic gymnastics. I was really passionate about it. I absolutely love tennis, but then I quit it at age 11 because I had an academic competition coming on. She's studious, if you can't tell by the glasses. From ages 12 to I would say 17, I hated working out. I would binge. That's a big thing I struggled with. And by binge, I mean like eat an entire tub of ice cream and then go on a run to burn it off. I would set goals, I would reach them, I would not reach them, I would try eating less, try eating more, but I didn't have a foundational base knowledge, so it made it really, really hard. Age 14, I started going to the gym with my friend before school at like 4 or 5 a.m. Eventually stopped that. At 16, I started going to the gym again. I was like, hey parents, I'm gonna get into weightlifting, okay? And my dad said, you're gonna get bulky, like why are you gonna get into weightlifting? Misinformation, am I right? But I don't blame him, it's okay. So I did my best to do some research on like form and stuff like that, but I was still very confused about all that stuff. At 17, I joined a tennis team, varsity tennis, and started going to the gym as well. I didn't have a clear like structure in mind, but my sister bought personal trainer sessions, so she learned the correct form for everything and she taught me, so that was super, super helpful. I think I definitely made progress, but I didn't see that like physically as much because my diet was off and I didn't really know much about that. At 18, once I graduated high school early and I stopped at 17 tennis, I gained weight and I was unhappy with my body and I was like, that's it. I'm putting an end to this. I hate how I feel. I hate how I look. I'm putting in so much effort and it's just not paying off. So I locked in. I set my first actual fitness goal of feeling lighter, being more in tune with my body, and I was gonna measure that by weight. Transparently, before I was like 155, 150 pounds, and my goal was to get to 135 pounds, not because of the weight, okay? But because I just wanted to feel lighter. So I did that. I lost 15 to 20 pounds and I got really into running. I was training for my half marathon. I was like, oh my gosh, goals are the I need to focus on goals. So I did the half marathon. I got a six-pack. I got abs. But that's because I just lost a lot of weight, but I didn't have a ton of muscle. I was skinny for how my body is, but I wasn't lean. I was going to a gym periodically here, there, at 20, whatever, but it is really only, I would say 6 months ago when I locked the flip in with weight training, because a big problem I had is it would become very, very boring to me and I would just start hating it. It would be hard for me to stay consistent with it. So I actually did some research on diet, did some research on lifting programs, and I followed this exact system to get me from essentially here to here. And it's important to note that occasionally I did have bouts where I gained like a little bit more weight and I locked out of my system routine. This is the exact fitness system I wish I had found when I was first starting my fitness journey. And it's the one I still use and probably will be using for the rest of my life until I can find some ways to simplify the steps. So let me walk you through everything, okay? First thing I recommend anybody doing, especially if you're a visual learner, is you're gonna go on Pinterest, okay? And by the way, while you're on Pinterest, might as well check out my Pinterest profile. It's pretty awesome. Pinterest is the most interesting algorithm to me, probably literally ever. What I did is I saved and I created a mood board for my fitness, motivation, body. And here's why. While fitness goals are very important to base off of your internal, you can't just be like, I just want to be skinny. You can, but how's that going to make you feel? You know, it's a lot more impactful if it's an internal driven goal, internal motivation versus just external of how I'm going to look. But this just helps you visualize and it kind of keeps the goal clear as well. Like this is, I think, Hannah Pearson. She is my queen. She is my queen and I pray to her every night. This is a body, yada. This is the kind of body I want. Super athletic, like ripped, jacked abs, okay, and a big butt with toned legs. No BBL accusations, just like a toned butt. This one also, this is the one I even made like a series. I don't know if I can find it on my Instagram and I posted it, but this is exactly what I'm going for. Look at that back, look at those glutes, and these legs are very similar to mine. What's important to note for this kind of thing is you can't just find random photos of someone you're never gonna look like. Like with my body type and how I am, I will never look like Ariana Grande. Like, that woman is skinny, okay? And it is awesome, it's her body, but I'll just never look like that. My body doesn't have those kinds of capabilities. So it's important to find people that you can actually look like. Like, this is very realistic for me because it's very similar to my original body type, if that makes sense. Next up, that you have this vision board on lock. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go to ChatGPT, aka Chat knows way too much about me. I created personally a project. I have ChatGPT Premium. I love AI. I use this for my work, for my personal life. I created a project called Vera's Fitness, and you can see here, I'm exposing myself really hard here, but if you'll forgive me. What's awesome about using AI is we're not living in an era where we don't have enough information. We live in an era where it's just really hard to be consistent with that information, but ChatGPT has a wealth of information. You can definitely use that. So basically, I use Chat to build a plan, including the timeline, weekly workouts, meal plans, and adjustments to my schedule and fitness level. So what I recommend you do is you click on this little button. This is dictate, okay? You click it, you click allow, and then especially if you're on your phone, you can just yap to Chat about your goals, like where you want to be, where you currently are, everything. Give it everything, okay? Because it's a memory base. It's going to use that, and it's going to help you with whatever requests you have in the future. Just yap about your goals, yap about what you want. And even if you lock your phone, if you're doing this on your phone, it will still keep recording, which is awesome. So once you do that, okay, and you just put all of that in, at the end, you're going to build me out a plan with a timeline, my weekly workouts, meal plans, and adjustments for my schedule and fitness level. Ask any clarifying questions if there are any. Be direct, concise, professional, whatever it is. And it's gonna build it out for you. That's exactly what it did for me, and that's how I started, and I became very clear. At first, what I did is I just opened the Notes app and I put everything on there. This was not something Chat generated. I wish I did Chat things sooner. This was maybe like November, and it's something that my boyfriend came up with because a personal trainer talked to him, and this basically helps you build strength. So I was like, oh, okay, I can do this program, I guess. So I followed this program, and it allowed me to progress in weightlifting, which is important to me because I was too scared to do that, to really push myself. So I just noted everything, as you can see, literally everything, like hip thrust machine, everything that I'm doing over here. And that just became really overwhelming, and I did not like that. This is just messy. You know, it's really hard to find things, but I did that up until February. The next step is step 3, and it is tracking your workouts. I personally use an app. It's called Strong. It's on App Store. It's not the greatest, okay? It's all tailored towards men. They don't even have a section of like glutes. What'd you target today? Legs. Nah, girl. Glutes. They don't have that, but that's okay. It gets the job done. But why you need the app is after your workouts, and log everything in that has to do with lifting, if that's your specific goal, you're gonna go back to Chat, open your project, okay? And then this morning, I took screenshots within the Strong app, as you can see right here. This is a workout I did earlier in the week, okay? Because the important thing with tracking is you really wanna watch for volume if your goal is growth, muscle growth. So 17,000 total volume. I sent that to Chat, and I said, these were my leg days from this week. Calculate volume and determine if I need another day to reach my goals, if I need to do a 3rd glute day in my week. And Chat said, nah, girl, you're good. You're chilling. You're fine. It broke it down for me. This is my weekly volume, so I'm okay. I don't need to do another day. Because for glute growth, the sweet spot is 10 to 20 challenging sets per week. All mine were challenging. They're heavy leg days. Split across 2 to 3 sessions, and it's targeting different parts of your glutes, which check, did that. Been there, done that. But then I was like, okay, so if I still want to do a 3rd glute day, can you generate it for me? And it did. This week I also felt like I was plateauing a little bit. So I went to Chat and I was like, hey Chat, I feel like I'm plateauing. Like, how do I actually grow my glutes? And I just put all the information in there, how I'm feeling. I was like, you know my goals, you know everything. So it gave me a structured plan for the next 8 to 12 weeks. AI is your best friend. And this is coming from a CEO and COO of her business, okay? Glasses come off, it's time for real talk. Real talk, you will not reach your goals just by manifesting. All you have to do, it is so simple. It is not easy, but it is simple, okay? Is create the environment in which you can really thrive. If your goal is also to get a big badonkadonk ass and abs, create the environment that makes it easy for you. Just think of a perspective of how can I make reaching this goal as easy for myself as possible. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. This is my first long-term video in a while, and I really want to start this series because I love business. So incorporating business concepts into everyday life, I feel like it just helps so much. Otherwise, I'm gonna be wearing these COO business lady glasses for the rest of the day. And if there's another video that I can make, another video you wanna see, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, bye, see you soon.